Alessandro Del Piero, thank you so much for sitting down with The Athletic.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
So I think what we normally do with legends when we sit down, we start with their playing career. So let's start with 19 seasons at Juve, right?
Yeah.
Club's leading scorer, plenty of Scudetti, Champions League trophy. Is there one moment in particular that sticks out to you from your club career?
Well, one moment, it's I want to pick the first time that I wear the jersey, because as a Juve fan, when I was a kid, and still now, of course, the first time that you look at Juve like heaven. So when I was 18, they bought me from Padova, and we start training. But I didn't have a chance, to wear the jersey.
Yeah.
So, and then at some point, there were a moment of photo shooting with the official photograph of Juventus for 25 years and more. So the guy came to me and said, "Oh, you need to wear the jersey and do this." And so for him was something that he was doing all the time. For me, it was a very important moment. So I was wearing, because I was a Juve player, I was waiting for the first time my Juve jersey. So I put it on and I make this photo shooting, and then I delicate put it away because it was for me, like a huge memory, a huge moment, and that one for sure stick in my mind all the time.
Now, there's so many memorable Champions League games that you've played in. Was there any particular opponent that was difficult to play against, whether it was an individual or a team?
Well, my history definitely was share between Real Madrid and Man United at that time. We had several games against each other, several fights and battles. So those two teams definitely are the two that during the years come often and often for some kind of, I don't know, draw or something,
Yeah.
in the group stage or after all. So that's definitely the two teams that always, for me, still the best for that period.
Now, let's obviously talk about the 2006 World Cup.
Yep.
Before getting to the final, I'd like to ask, about the feeling within the team. Prior to that, round of 16 defeat in the 2002 World Cup, failing to get out of the group in 2004 Euros. What was the feeling within that squad going into the tournament?
Well, still a good feeling because, we know each other for a while. We know that we are a strong team. And we also know that if you make one single mistake, sometimes it makes all the difference. And that's why probably we went out previously. So we approached that World Cup in a very unusual situation for us. In Italy was going on a lot of things around the pitch, let's say like this. So that moment for us was a kind of, well, guys, everything seems collapse around us, but we are here. We are here and we have a big chance. We want it, and we were coming from 2 years of qualification and friendly game, really, really good. We were confident. We know that we can beat everyone, but you need to show it. So that was the feeling, and of course, day by day, game by game, that confidence become higher and higher. But still, in the position where you show a lot of respect for the other opponent, even though you think you are better than them. Talking about some particular game, for example. So because we know, like in the group stage happened, for example, against USA, we got a red card straight away.
Yeah.
It happened also against Australia in the round of 16, if I'm not wrong. So that game changer can be that for us. But we came back, we stay strong, and we went all through that because we believe in each other a lot. We believe in us like a team, and that's another key for us because we have so much talent everywhere: goalkeeper, defense, midfielders, and strikers. So everybody can step up and say, "Oh, I'm gonna resolve the game. I'm gonna do this. But the best thing for that team was definitely the spirit that we have for each other and between each other.
Well, that belief was clearly on display in the semifinal against Germany, one of the most memorable World Cup games in history. I want to talk about your goal. Yeah. What were your emotions before that and then immediately following it? Because it was, even though it was 1-0, it was still a tight contest.
Yeah, it was. Never hands that game. I mean, it was so emotional, back and forth all the time. You know, saving from Buffon, hit the post for us, and so we went 1-0. Of course, it was a big thing because missing 1 minute, but because what you say exactly, you know, you never know what happened. So for us and for me, in that specific moment, the only thing that I had in mind is defense. They came back straight away. They make 2 deliveries. Say, well, let's stay in the defense. I was aligned with the defenses on the of course left side, because I was thinking that was the most important thing. So we went up. We just need some time, buy some time, and it's done. And then all of a sudden we had got this counterattack, and I say, well, I remember that I still strike. So I went all over, I make this run, and everything went perfectly. It was an amazing counterattack, you know, before Cannavaro, then Totti, then Girardino, and make the move, and the assist was amazing. And no look assist, and then my delivery on the top corner was beautiful.
Do you remember that celebration? Because you were clearly emotional.
I remember everything. I started running, and then I remember that on the other side, where I score, there were all our fans. That they have a little piece of the stadium, you know, 2,000 people, where my family was there, my wife, everybody was there. So I went, first of all, on the left, start to celebrate, and then I said, oh, I remember, I want to go there. So I went behind the goal, where behind the goal in this big tournament is full of cameras, because automatic cameras from the photographs and video makers. So I need to run and jump over these cameras without hurting no one of them, because it's a natural feeling. I mean, I don't want to run through them. so running and try to keep safe myself in order full speed in order to go to celebrate in front of them. And then it was funny, because at the end, you know, really my wife, my friends was in the front row, supposed to be in the top, but then they told me during the game, I was so emotional, so we came down, just as you know, closer and closer. So that was the story. And then I end up celebrating in front of them. I say, in my mind, I was keep celebrating and shouting, and I didn't understand nothing. I say, but then in the back of my mind, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be over there. So it was super funny and super emotional. Of course, it was the best game that we had. The more emotional, the more tough for some reason. Of course, the final was even more for other reasons. But yeah, definitely the best game that we had in that World Cup.
Now, let's get to why you're here in New York. Serie A has sponsored a pitch in the Bronx with its partnership with Street Soccer. You're going to visit and meet some of the players and coaches. What are you looking forward most about that?
Well, I'm here with Serie A for this big event, you know, that help also through the government. This is you know, we want to do that, you know, to promote what is the Italian football. We've been through a lot, but we still have amazing teams with incredible history and great performance till now in the European level. So it's a good moment, you know, in order to celebrate, promoting, and talk about our football, our passion, and our things. In all of this, we have amazing players, we have amazing coaches, we have a lot of these things, and yeah, it's a good moment. I mean, coming to New York is always great. Plus, if you do it for the thing that you have a passion for, it's even better.
You know, the tri-state area is heavily influenced by Italian culture, and Serie A is so important to so many people here. Why do you think Calcio is such an integral part of this New York community?
For Italians, you mean?
Yeah.
Because it's in our blood.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can avoid it. It's a part of our life. It's part of our beliefs and a part of our family traditions. It means really a lot for most of us, and is the way to live life. Is a lot of things. I believe also, for sure, in a place like New York or around the world, not in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
It's also another way to keep close to your country, because you still focus on your favorite team, or what happened in Italy, what represent to be fan of one team of the other ones, what is the dynamics that are going on now. So it's keep you close to Italy, definitely.
Now, Serie A has an office here in New York. What are you looking forward to seeing in the U.S. as Serie A starts to grow around this country?
Well, we're looking, I mean, now especially with social media, with internet, you get closer to everything around the world. So, but the presence here with the office, for example, this event that we do tonight or other events that's going on during the year, it's also a different way, because living your experience one-to-one is different than see on TV.
Yeah.
So on TV you can see it every time, everywhere, in every moment of your day. So being in person is a different kind of feelings for everybody. So it's good all the time that and I fly, and I live in LA for a lot, in Australia as well, and I go around the world a lot. So when I met people, Italians that lives somewhere not in Italy, it's a big moment. I felt it, and I lived outside the country, so of course I miss my country.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another point where I completely understand what's going on in these kind of events, and it's good, sharing some thoughts, some talk, and hearing the different experiences, what the people seeing, what's going on in Italy from here. That is another aspect. So it's interesting. If you are open-minded, it's always interesting.
Now, looking ahead to the summer, Italy are coming into the Euros as defending champions. You captained the national team in the 2008 Euros, coming off the back of that World Cup win. What were those expectations like, and how do you think this team will handle that?
Expectation always high,
Mm-hmm.
but I believe that we got a big we got hit by a big experience in the past. We won the Euros,
Mm-hmm.
but we also have a really incredible bad experience in not qualifying for the World Cup. So it's a moment of transition, of course, the last 10-12 years, but we have a great hope for this national team, great belief and passion about it, and about the players, about the coach. They are trying to identify themselves in a really specific, identity. Having
Mm-hmm.
a really specific identity, let's say like this, and be a team, because definitely only be a team you can win. Even if you have the best player in the world, you need to be a team.
Yeah.
And even more for us that maybe if you're looking for about these Euros, you can see other national teams that have, to be honest, amazing champions that maybe we don't have at that level yet.
Well, they're in a group with Spain, Croatia, Albania. What do you think those teams, how do you think Italy will I guess?
Well, it's a perfect mix of dangerous things that can happen.
Yeah.
Because Spain still someone that lately, to be honest, give us a lot of headache.
Mm-hmm.
and win often. On the other side, Croatian are the incredible history in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Because finished second the World Cup, and then again the Euros. They're doing amazing. They have great talents in their team. Also a little bit change, a little bit of generational speaking for them.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, yes, a little bit, but still. And then Albania is a new force, a new strait that come and you need to be really, really careful as well, because you can underestimate even them, and you know that group stage give you a chance to make some mistakes. Yeah, true, but you don't want to make mistakes. You don't want to be in that trouble. And so I believe they're gonna prepare the games really, really well. It would be ideal, of course, win the first one, but also having the chance to win the second one would be that. You need to go to win the game. You can predict and say, oh, let's see how it goes. No, it's a final, even if it's a group stage, and you need to find a way to win the game. Let's see, it's gonna be tough, but Italy has the quality to go over.
Well, looking at the tournament as a whole, who do you see as the favorites? Do you have a dark horse country that you think might do better than expected? And then, do you have a player you're excited to watch?
I really hope that Italy is going to be that horse.
Sure. Yeah.
Because now eyes are definitely to, let's say, two national teams, France and England. Definitely they are, for many reasons, more chance than the other ones. In terms of structure, qualities of the players, level of the players, number of the players. France maybe have to put their 3 team of first 11 that can easily participate and doing well in the World Cup. So, but these 2 teams are definitely the biggest one to face. And Italy need to be very smart, from my point of view. As we did in the past, we have qualities, we have ideas, we have belief, and that's sometimes enough. If you put 100% on that, and the chemistry between the players and the team is great, you can beat anyone.
And now, is there a player on Italy that you're excited to see that either we don't know about, or maybe will use this tournament to kind of, show the world?
No, not one in particular, to be honest, because it's the way that Spalletti play, it's really involve everybody. So you need the strength of everybody, and not to be focused on one player, or to give him too much attention or responsibilities. I think everybody need to do their job 100%, and share this responsibility, because it's a lot. It means a lot to wear that Azzurri jersey. It's a big thing. You have a full history behind. You have a 4 World Cup winner, so it's a big thing, and they know that. They need to find the balance to put that heart, mind, and passion in the game, and balance it with the emotional that they're gonna have for sure for this kind of event that are huge, as massive events. Now,
finishing up, last question. The other tournament this summer is the Copa America, and it's being held here in the U.S. One of the semifinals is being played in the New York area at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Are there any teams or players you'd want playing in that game for people in this area to get a chance to watch?
Well, arriving in the semifinal, it's going to be a huge game in any case. So I think U.S. is going to, and New York area, we're going to enjoy a lot that semifinal. Of course, eyes on Argentina and Brazil.
Sure.
For many reasons. I don't know if there's a way that they're going to meet each other in semifinal. Probably everybody were looking for a final like this around the world. Or, even some local can say something, because it's a big thing. I mean, South America and Copa America is a big thing for every national team, and you never know what can happen. Talking about Copa America and Euros, we need to understand that when you think about the team, you used to see the team in your own league. So if Euros play a full 32 games of league, probably France we're gonna win. But in the tournament like this, especially when you go to the knockout games, it's different. Emotional mindset and beliefs can take a big advantage instead of the qualities of the players. So that's why everything can happen. That's why this kind of tournament become really, really interesting and everybody fall in love with, because it's a knockout game, and even Davide can beat Goliath, and and that would be crazy. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen.
Well, Alessandro, it's a pleasure to have you here in the U.S., and thank you so much for sitting down with The Athletic.
Thank you, guys. Ciao.